I don't see no curvature there at all. That, my friends, is gun barrel straight.
Let's talk about music. I dig blues music. We don't like children's music. Let's talk about music.
What music are you into? I like this. It's very grown up.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Everybody knows that. It's a complete hoax. This is a hoax. It's a shame. And that was the second story to a total hoax.
Just spotlights the underlying inequalities and extra burdens that black communities have historically had to deal with in this country. We see it in the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on our communities, just as we see it when a black man goes for a jog and some folks feel like they can stop and question and shoot him if he doesn't submit to their questioning. Injustice like this isn't new. What is new is that so much of your generation has woken up to the fact that the status quo needs fixing, that the old ways of doing things don't work, and that it doesn't matter how much money you make if everyone around you is hungry and sick, that our society and our democracy only works when we think not just about ourselves, but about each other. More than anything, this pandemic has finally torn back the curtain on the idea that so many of the folks in charge know what they're doing. A lot of them aren't even pretending to be in charge. If the world's going to get better, it's going to be up to you. With everything suddenly feeling like it's up for grabs, this is your time to seize the initiative.
And 33 million Americans have now filed for unemployment. U.S. officials are saying this is a catastrophe on par with 9/11, and 33 million Americans have Pearl Harbor. And 33 million Americans have the U.S. government of dropping the ball. And 33 million Americans have Governor Andrew Cuomo has found some saviors to help reimagine New York in the aftermath of the pandemic. And 33 million Americans have billionaires. And 33 million Americans have. Cuomo has given Eric Schmidt, the CEO of Google, and 33 million Americans have the task of helping to reimagine New York in the aftermath of the pandemic with telehealth, remote learning, and broadband.
Probably the best mind in this country, if not on the globe, to do this is.
And 33 million Americans have.
I believe.
And 33 million Americans have medical records of millions and their ownership of Fitbit. And 33 million Americans have.
And whether they will be recognizable as public schools at all.
The Gates Foundation are big advocates of Common Core. And 33 million Americans have an initiative aimed at advancing America's performance. And 33 million Americans have.
Michael Bloomberg has volunteered.
And 33 million Americans have.
What is a phenomenon? The question is, who cares?
Does anybody, you put that slide back with you. Does anybody believe this number? Does anybody believe this number? You saw more?
And this is why
It's on television.
COVID-19!
Does anybody believe this number? Does anybody really believe this number?
this is why the reporting is so important.
Does anybody really believe this number?
I put China on there so you could see.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
They always treat you like a child, and they've stolen all your instincts to be wild. Maybe you swallowed all their lies, 'cause you opened up your ears and closed your eyes. So swim, Little Mermaid, sink or swim right up and look 'em in the eye, swim, Little Mermaid, with your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky. It's not easy to believe the ones we all have trusted don't deceive. Maybe it's time to challenge life and see the whole world's been hypnotized. Swim, Little Mermaid, sink or swim right up and look 'em in the eye, swim, Little Mermaid, with your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky.
Big up to everyone in the chat room. Like and share if you care.
600 bones using stars. Around the compass was I tell the story. The sun is not so far away. The sun is not so far away.
when she thinks about what's going round. Could it only be an opportunity? Lead another with some mysteries down the road to misery. Weave a little bit of fantasy, 'cause that's really what it seems like to me. She'll take your moon. So many miles away. She'll take your moon and your stars where I she'll take your moon and your stars where I so many miles away. She'll take your moon and your stars away. When she thinks about what's going wrong, could it only be an opportunity? Lead another with some mysteries down the road to misery. Weave a little bit of fantasy, 'cause that's really what it seems like to me. She'll take your moon and your stars away. So many miles away, trillions of miles. She'll take your moon and your stars away. So nice that even want to come and ask your price when you're lost on the avenue of broken dreams and attitudes. They even want to change your face in the black point. Baby, what's left to fake? She'll take your moon and your stars away. So many miles away. She'll take your moon and your star away. She'll take your take your moon and your stars away. Not today. You never take my moon and my stars away. No, 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 not today. You never take my moon and my stars away. You never get my forgive me. Yeah. Let's see. What do you do if you don't like yourself? What do you do if you ain't got nobody else? What do you do if you don't like yourself? You need your mental health. You make a soccer count. Pretend to be somebody else. What you do, you just pretend to be somebody else, man. What do you do if you don't like yourself? What do you do if you ain't got nobody else? What do you do if you don't like yourself? You need some mental help, you make a soccer count. Pretend to be somebody else. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do, you know what I mean? nobody else. What do you do when you like yourself? You need some mental help. You need a soccer count. Pretend to be somebody else. You know what I mean? Pretend to be somebody. That's also Brenda too, because that's oh Brenda. It's also Take the Money and Run, I think, right? Take the money and run. Take the money and run.
Take it. Will I take it?
Yeah.
Or it'd be last on line, or I wouldn't take it at all. Whatever's best for the country.
All right, let's go, guys.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. You see what it does, especially for people over a certain age and people that have an infirmity. If you have diabetes, if you have a bad heart, if you have a certain problem, it just, Myron, it just goes after you. It's vicious. And we're saying that people that are over 60, 65, but over 60, we're even saying, sort of stay back for a while. We recommend you stay back for a while. At the same time, with young children and children, we'd like to see the schools open early next season and on time. It's incredible how it's very unique how the children aren't affected, but people that have problems and older people are can be very badly hurt, injured, or die from this problem. Oxford, Johnson & Johnson, incredible places are doing, I think, a really good job. And they're very advanced, but we have to now see. We're going up to that very delicate final stage with a number. I think a number of other countries are also doing quite well, my people say. And just so you know, working very closely with other countries, and whoever gets it first, my hat's off to them. We're not looking for first or flat, but we had produced, but we'll produce it again.
Current members of the Flat Earth Society in Congress. They must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society.
And the dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
That the world was round.
Was it Felix? Felix Baumgartner. Now, you know, I don't have a problem if she does it, but I think the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and wow, he's in space. Look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth. If you are 2 millimeters above this beach wall, you just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
But how do we know the Earth is not flat?
Earth is flat.
And the dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Earth is flat and not round. NASA rising. NASA rising. NASA rising. NASA rising. To your face. To your face. To your face.
That stuff is flat.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Flat.
Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Flat.
Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
He just don't.
Yeah, it is.
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff
What are you talking about?
The Earth is flat. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Flat.
Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Flat.
Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Flat.
Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. Is flat. The Earth is flat. Is flat. The Earth is flat. Is flat. The Earth is flat. Is flat. The Earth is flat. Is flat. You wanna wake up? The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
The Earth is flat. The
Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs.
Flat.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth is flat.
Well, it's time to go find Hyperborea.
The Earth is flat.
What's wrong with them then?
They're the wrong shape and they're just awful.
I have the doomsday device. You have 72 hours to deliver the gold, or you face the consequences. And to prove I'm not bluffing, watch this.
Surface, and he said, wow, he's in space. Look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature beach ball.
Okay, so she got lucky a few times. I never asked for a stupid clothes. That's mine.
Using that model, they managed to generate every thought I could possibly have in the next, say, 10 years, which they then filter through a probability matrix of some kind to determine
Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Is flat. Is flat.
Stupid clothes.
Earth is flat. Earth is flat.
Y'all say it's a distraction, but look what's happening. Truth is taken to the streets with the plan of action. Why would they fit, but why would we live? Yo, what's the point, man? It is what it is. Well, how you think those captains navigate the sea? It's easy as plain trigonometry. Ask any surveyor or architect if there's a lick of curvature that they can detect. Even civil engineers see we ain't on the sphere. Ask pilots what they see when they up in the air, saying that we're all monkeys on a ball spinning east. As if we don't belong, we're like we're some kind of disease. Now, have you ever seen a river running uphill? That's what I thought, and you never will. You want a nail in the coffin? I'm sure you can have it. Take a good look at the cycle law, thermodynamics. What? You got CGI, we got 200 proofs. You got NASA lives, we got 200 proofs. You got lights in the sky, we got 200 proofs. We got 200 proofs, over 200 proofs. Hey, you got CGI, we got 200 proofs. You got NASA lives, we got 200 proofs. You got lights in the sky, we got 200 proofs. We got 200 proofs, over 200 proofs. Hey,
the earth's flatter than a matter of fat cannon. This rhyme's tighter than a dry hymen line vagina. Your mind's kinda like a fine china dining item, ready to crack at the first sign of any pressure. So let's test you with the best open-ended questions. Consider first, or just blurt out your suggestion. What shapes the world is it twirling around, you reckon? Take a second, you're gonna need a physics lesson. You've been taught that you ought not to feel the spinning, but I've got quite a lot to reveal this evening. It seems you bought an implausible false theory, cause on a ball, there's gradients involved. It's not so simple, it's one speed for all. 1,000-mile pH rate at the equator, with polar observers sitting softly at nil, and everyone between at different speeds still.
You got CGI, we got 200 proofs. You got NASA lives, we got 200 proofs. You got lights in the sky, we got 200 proofs. We got 200 proofs, over 200 proofs. You got CGI, we got 200 proofs. You got NASA lives, we got 200 proofs. You got lights in the sky, we got 200 proofs. We got 200 proofs, over 200 proofs. Hey, Aries failure is just a play on words. No matter how they try, they can't move the earth to sit on pillars or balanced on elephants. Questions like that may seem like nonsense unless you're willing to clear your mind of all that propaganda they use to confine your own logic and levels of reasoning. We're always hearing explain the seasons. See, the sun moves itself on a circuit between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. You heard of it? How about the spire top of Notre Dame? Ship captains had to see it 150 miles away. At the distance, it would be a mile below the curve. Light refraction only accounts for a 12th of that yard. They change into shape to an oblate spheroid. Sounds like the ramblings of a bloated schizoid.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. But we didn't really test any of those materials for, is it space hardened or whatever, So it just has the same seats that like normal car has. It's just literally a normal car in space. So we did that. It's kind of silly and fun, but I think you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. So, because like, that'd be cool. Sure.
What's the purpose of sending a car to Mars? There's no point. Obviously, it's just for fun. Yeah. And to get the public excited.
Research flat.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Once you go flat, you never go back. It just got real, y'all.
Are working right now to breathe life into those old flat earth theories of protectionism. Our new world is far smaller.
The horizon is always eye level. Once you go flat, you never go back. Where is the curve? A code red science emergency.
Isaac Newton, my man, said,
To which point she said the whole thing is a hoax. Things just fall.
This is called gravity.
Jumped out of a perfectly good balloon. Was it Felix? Felix Baumgartner.
People think the earth is flat again.
Talk about the flat earth and sometimes, but when I read the Bible, it makes a lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? We all know gravity's just a theory. Evolution's a theory. You know, we know Einstein was a weirdo.
Listen, man, okay? If you're a flat earther, it's about the flat earthers. Anyone who is a flat earther, in the 1980s when I was growing up, people talked about the Bible teaching a flat earth, but in reality, flat earth, a flat earth, it's always cosmologically and scientifically correct, called fake Christians, claiming that the Bible teaches a flat earth. On YouTube, you know, you just get all these comments from flat earthers. And so flat earthers out there, so I lost less than 1% of my subscribers. So like 99% plus of my subscribers were real. But Tyler Doka, the flat earther, on that same day, he lost like a third of his subscribers. Raise you right. That's why you're a flat earther.
People think the earth is flat again.
The geocentricity people, flat earthers, if you call in, but geocentric callers are welcome because you can actually reason with the geocentricity people. But you know what? I say that about the flat earthers. So geocentric is welcome to call in. Flat earthers, but you know what? Flat earth.
We're talking about relativity and we're talking about relativity and we're talking about relativity. We're talking about relativity. We're talking about relativity and actual. We're talking about relativity and act.
But you know what?
This world is not what you think it is.
I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. Hey, my name is Tristan, and I'm in second grade, and I asked my teacher to show me an experiment where water curves. She couldn't do it because it doesn't curve. The water always finds the water. Okay, I'm a flat earther. She couldn't do it.
We've been recording. We've got some really good stuff, but I mean, don't hold your breath. That we're very, doing that stuff.
I've noticed you around.
There's so much good news happening in the space world right now.
See what we've done on ventilators?
On board the International Space Station. We've been up here conducting thousands of experiments.
Because we're making thousands and thousands of...
Conducting thousands of experiments that help benefit life back on Earth.
For a 3-year-old.
Or you're educated, you said prison, but the way our brain works, everything, okay? So, right, left at all. So what color is it going to turn?
That kind of sucks.
There's still atmosphere there, but it's not dense enough to beat the
31
miles.
Excuse me. This particular atmospheric link, and we're doing all kinds of nasty stuff to it. That is unbelievable.
Of the International Space Station orbit.
Like other shit floats around.
Meters, about a millimeter above 2
that's
millimeters.
Terrible.
That's the thickness of the air above which we say you entered space.
Why are we not teaching this in school? I mean, seriously. If you ever want to have a true appreciation of just what a delicate balance we live in, that is it right there.
Correct.
That is it right there.
Correct.
I mean, seriously.
Everything. Okay? Do.
What?
Do.
What? That is it right there.
Correct.
Oh, there you have it.
Do.
What?
Do.
What?
So.
That is it right there.
Correct. That's a Star Talk info bit. Do.
What?
Do.
What?
As always. Do.
What?
Do.
What?
Do.
What?
Do.
What?
Do.
What?
Do.
What?
Don't post that.
That is it right there.
Correct.
Do not post that.
Here it's early morning in Dover, relatively flat seas, as you can probably see, and just down there gathered are now an ambulance.
Except the curvature of Earth's surface, if you believe in a round Earth, so you can't beam light and bend it,
right?
Okay, not on
unless
Earth.
you have a gravitational force that will bend it for you.
Yes, that would work. So on a black hole, you try to send a beam of light, and it'll just curve and go around the black hole itself. So, but on Earth and sort of normal gravity that we live in, no. So it has to be a line of sight delivery.
Todd, and thanks for checking out. And by tomorrow, 33 states. And by tomorrow, 33 states.
Wall is?
I'm familiar with the ice wall and the White Walkers. So I assume this is something to counteract the ice wall.
I'm asking you firewall, and you are talking about
Well,
something
when
else.
I say ice wall, I'm also familiar with the wall, the metaphorical wall around the flat Earth diagram. but I'm not familiar with a firewall.
Floating disk in any way. Put it under a steamroller and roll it out flat. Really flatten it in this direction. And let's try and imagine what that would look like. Well, here's our aluminium plate, and we'll switch it on. And then it's as if we had a magnetic river without any flow. It's quite stable, but it needs something to push it.
Ruining our environment. I want my grandchildren to be able to live on God's green flat earth. And if we murder all our trees like savages, they're not going to have any air to breathe. And that's the truth.
Is a bit flat. Is a bit flat. 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 Because flat. And unfortunately, this version is, at least on this record, is a bit flat. Because I think the way it's mixed doesn't help.
So, break a globe to break a globe to break a globe to break a globe to show us. Break a globe to show us.
I just took a. This
eighths of one
frail and fragile work, and there's Boston Apple as the shellac. So,
if you ever want to have a true appreciation of just if you ever want to have, if
air above which space.
Why are we not teaching this in school? I mean, seriously. If you ever want to have a true appreciation of just what a delicate balance we live in, that is it right there. I mean, seriously. I mean, seriously. I mean, seriously. What a delicate balance with you.
And it's why Neil.
Hi!
Well, I don't know where they come from, but they sure do come. The Masons coming for me! And I don't know how they tricked us, but they tricked us good. They make us think that we're free! They give me flat smack fever! Flat smack fever! Well, my first time with provitis, I was 5 years old. I got it from some Masons at school. I went to see the ocean, but there was no curve. NASA gets what they deserve. They gave me flat smack fever. Flat smack fever. I got it, flat smack fever. Flat smack fever. The earth ain't spinning. Reclaim your brain. You got to change. You know you're Goldie Way. You're going insane. It makes a grown man lion. Won't you free your head? Well, I make the Globies growl with the sound of my band. They know they get you from me. They know it's time to go when they see my smacking hand. They know I do it for Hey, I hear the flat smack fever. Flat smack fever. They got it, bad smack fever. Flat 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 smack fever.
People write me, Pastor Jennings, I believe the earth is flat. If the earth is flat, it's the shape of the earth. If it's flat, Barney. Step away from the walking dead. And then you all got up and just moved on to the next thing.
It was put in the form of a question to a group of extraordinarily hostile people, namely the fake news media.
Ooh, what does that mean? Ooh. So Verizon. Ooh.
Mars rover. Watch out for the cliff.
Ooh.
Somebody else is watching that rover.
Ooh.
As faster than light travel.
Ooh.
Comments about whether or not you sound like a chipmunk or you talk really slowly.
Ooh.
You can speak slowly at the high frequency.
Chipmunk. No one understood the chipmunk.
Ah.
I'm just saying. It's like sitting at a light for 20 minutes. Woo! 20 minutes. Woo! Woo!
Woo! Carry these folks.
All right, so if you're going through a wormhole, you're not having these Doppler effects.
Woo!
Ooh. Or
Right.
anything.
If you're close to a black hole, to really predict what's happening in terms of superluminal communications.
By a factor of 3.
You're not doing
whatever,
anything.
Root 3, whatever the number is. It's about a bunch of stuff in order to let that story roll. But I'm glad they used the word quantum. It's
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, okay.
It's behind you.
You know it.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist. We are signing off Star Talk as always.
Significantly flatten the curve.
It is flattening the curve, and we see that again. That curve is flattening because we are flattening the curve by what we are doing. Seen a flattening of the curve.
But once that curve flattens, we really need to understand that if we want to flatten that curve,
Just to flatten the curve. I said to flatten that curve. Yeah, flatten that curve.
Flatten the curve. We'll flatten the curve. We'll flatten the curve.
To significantly flatten the curve.
And we'll flatten the curve. And we'll flatten the curve. We'll flatten the curve. And we'll flatten the curve. We'll flatten the curve.
About one is the atmosphere looks incredibly flat.
To significantly flatten the curve. Flatten the curve. Flatten the curve.
you have become the wealthiest man in the world. Is that a title that you really wanted or not? Is it a
I can
burden?
assure you I have never sought that title. And it was fine being the second wealthiest person in the world. That actually worked fine. Back in 2014, a $600 million computing cloud project developed by Amazon Web Services for the CIA began servicing all 17 agencies that make up our intelligence community.
Our mover and shaker this morning is Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. The internet giant has signed a groundbreaking cloud computing contract with the CIA worth as much as $600 million, according to Federal Computer Week. It says Amazon Web Services will help the intelligence agency build a private cloud infrastructure to help the agency keep up with emerging technologies like big data analytics.
So what do you think about the Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos, the richest guy in the world?
He's fascinating to
And he
me.
sits on a Pentagon board, and he has a $600 million deal with the CIA, and he runs the paper of note.
Wait.
So
Amazon Alexa is just gathering up information on everything you do?
Yes, it is.
That thing
You
bothers
know
the
it.
shit out of me, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's all spooky.
It's like some kind of Orwellian nightmare.
Do you remember writing in your diary, freedom is the freedom to say 2 + 2 = 4.
Amazon's net sales increased by 26% year-on-year to $75 billion in the first quarter of 2020, led by the surge in demand as people stayed home owing to the global pandemic.
I know that people are angry, and that's okay. And if you want to take it out and send it my way, makes you feel better, that's fine.
Flatten
flat and a flat and a flat and a flat.
How's that for trippy?
A flat and 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 a flat. And a flat and a flat and a.
They say the Earth is flat.
Or flat.
Gone flat. Well, it's gone flat.
Sir, we have a situation over here.
I feel better now. It fits the mood. Have a great day. Please hit like, subscribe. Have a better day than I'm having. Bye.
You're in the flame. If you know better, then you would have explained. I'm getting all the time.
Don't go away. You know we've changed so much more than your playground. You'll be safe, but stay uptown. Don't go away. You know we've changed so much more than your playground. You'll be safe, but stay uptown. Don't go away. You're a big disgrace with a skip and a beat, and you're in this place. Prince Harry, you're like to marry. Save up all your USDs for British University.
The atmosphere looks incredibly flat.
How are you today? This is great. Welcome to that NASA show. This is an exciting half hour about
The rest of the world is getting ready for the World Cup. Russian cosmonauts are also getting in on the action. Cosmonaut Oleg Artemyev enjoys some time kicking and passing the official 2018 World Cup ball. Artemyev brought the ball with him in March aboard the Soyuz spacecraft along with an official World Cup t-shirt. Russia is hosting the World Cup and maybe the next venue could be space. For World of Sports, Regina Ham, RT America.
And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs.
Okay, here we have Russian astronaut Anton Shkaplerov, which they call them cosmonauts in Russia. But anyways, this is the same guy that you're seeing right here. Now, those of you who didn't see it, I'm gonna slow this down for you so you can see it. Notice as he headbutts the ball, right as he goes up about right here, his head disappears, his face disappears. And the reason that that happens is because that whole background is a green screen. Now, those of us who know about green screens and know how they do this trickery, you guys probably seen it the first time I played it. But just in case you have cognitive dissonance, I'm going to slow it down ×3 so you guys can see this one more time. And when you watch this on the news, you don't really catch it. But all you got to do is go and look up some of these NASA videos and slow them down, and you can see this stuff. Now, what happens here is he goes beyond the boundary of that green screen. And what happens here is that causes him to fade out, because we're looking at two different scenes put together as one. He's in one room, and what you see in the background is filmed somewhere else. And then the green screen is put into play, which brings both scenes together. Anyways, these people are not in space. It's time to wake up. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
Hello? Wake up. You, yeah. Wake up. I said wake up! Get your ass up!
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. I believe everything I learned at school. I pay my taxes and I follow the rules. Get my vaccinations and promote them too. Of science and gravity school. There's nothing more to learn about this place we live. It's a spinning ball and globes are really the biz. Let's colonize Mars with a human race. Drive our red spots, cause through the vacuum of space. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. I only get my info from reputable sources. Men in white coats, BBC and Quora, Snopes and Forbes. Nothing worse than those conspiracy theorists watching YouTube videos thinking now they're the smartest. We're just too small to see the curve. I love that bending water is the best in our world. It's magic that we don't fly off our ball, but I'm sorry, off your head you'll fall. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake. It looks so fake, it's gotta be real. It looks so real, it's gotta be fake.
I'm Chris Hadfield, and I have a mustache. I'm Chris Hadfield, and I have a mustache.
I've been a space enthusiast since I was 4 years old. Getting to work on a mission like this, it's a dream come true. To me, Dawn is truly Earth's first interplanetary spaceship. No other spacecraft has gone to a distant body, gone into orbit around it, maneuvered there, then broken out of orbit, traveled elsewhere in the solar system to another alien world, and gone into orbit around it. And it does that with ion propulsion, which I first heard of in a Star Trek episode.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Earth is flat and not round.
We will establish a foundation for an eventual mission to Mars.
Frankenstein. Frankenstein.
Igor, Frederick, man about town.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the Taven.
Sid, give. Give him a Sid, give. Set him free. A visitor is all I ask. In our preoccupation.
Handle back.
I ain't got no body, and nobody cares for me.
People think the earth is flat again.
Not easy to believe. The ones we all have trusted don't deceive. Maybe it's time to challenge life and see the whole world's been hypnotized. Swim, little mermaid, sink or swim right up, look 'em in the eye, swim, little mermaid, with your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky. Today I woke up in a rage to find this life, this world is just a stage. Only the truth will set us free. So it's time for you to wake up just like me. Swim, little mermaid, sink or swim right up and look 'em in the eye, so swim, little mermaid, with your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky. With your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky. With your sword of truth, it's time to pierce the sky.
What about the sun? Could you see any trace of the corona?
No, the glare from the sun on the helmet visor was too difficult to pick out the corona. The only time we could see the corona was during an eclipse of the sun from the moon. That is, when we were flying through the moon's shadow and could observe the solar corona peeking out from behind the moon. It was as if you were looking at a television set with the contrast turned to full contrast, very black and very white. You see that at the terminator, then browns appear, although at a very low level.
So Paul Michael Bales made a diss track about me. Him and Neil deGrasse Tyson think they can rap now. Okay. I'm in. What's going on? Some raps now. I'm flowing on with a song for your mom. Tell her Earth's flat and her ass is the bomb. Tell her Iraq sells crack to Iran. Tell her I'll be back with a smack for her son. Then tell her she's fat like a Renaissance cunt. Tell her she's whacked like a 90s pun. Then start a slow clap when her rap's all done. Tell her all that, then tell her one more. Tell her that you were the son of a whore. When she asks Sue and tells you to snitch, tell her their son is a son of a bitch. Anyway. It's me, Yoga Guy, weaponizer version 2.3, here to bring truth to the unwashed masses, force you to put on your daily glasses. But you see, was I right? The Earth's fucking flat, Holocaust denied. Hitler was cool and not a bad guy. Talmudic Jews with control of your mind. Masons the tools singing Shalom L'chaim. Jesuits too, they're the Vatican kind. The presidents come from a royal bloodline, while the Jews choose which fool path is assigned. The government's waiting in mafia crime. The word broken down means control of the mind. They probably would kill me for making this rhyme. And when they do that, take the hint as a sign. The Dubé was right all along the whole time. Once you go flat, there's no going back. The plan of attack is stick to the facts. The whole thing will fall when we give up the ball and prove that the earth isn't moving at all. So it's time to commit, put an end to this shit. Draw lines in the sand, take sides with the fan with the minds. If you can show lies and the man realize that the plan is to take all they can. Educate yourself first, then take a stand so you can demand the truth and command the proof in your hands. When nukes and the damn else, you can remain calm and say you're all wrong. It's a fact that earth is flat, bitch. NASA stole trillions and gave you CGI pics.
Freemason?
See for yourself the horizon. If it drops 20 miles up, still in the same spot. Flat Earth is not as dumb as you thought. I can prove you're not moving with your like if they're not. See that light called the North Star in the middle of the sky like a bullseye. It's gonna be there the rest of your life. It ain't moving, and neither are you, and the rest of the Earth. That would be incongruent with the fact that you have to be assuming that North Star just happens to be zooming perfectly with you and me for eternity. That's stupid. Once you go flat, there's no going back. The plan of attack is stick to the facts. The whole thing will fall when we give up the ball and prove that the Earth isn't moving at all. So it's time to commit, put an end to the shit. Draw lines in the sand, take sides with the fan with the minds. If you can, show lies when a man realizes that the plan is to take all they can. Educate yourself first, then take a stand so you can demand the truth and command the proof in your hands. When nukes on a damn Malzoot can remain calm and say you're all wrong. It's flat, bitch. NASA stole trillions and gave you CGI pics.
I'm learning. Ralph, my cat's breath smells like cat food. Make this country great again. I'm learning.
in the United States.
And 33 million Americans have.
And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. And for the international order that we have worked for generations to build. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. Ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs.
And 33 million Americans have.
That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
See what we've done on ventilators. We're now with the kings. I have many countries calling. We're the king of ventilators. Countries are calling, and they're calling all the time now. Can we help them with ventilators? And we are helping some countries. I'm speaking to everybody. They all want to know if we can help them with ventilators, and we're capable of doing that because we're making thousands and thousands of ventilators, and every governor has more than they need. In fact, some of the governors are now taking ventilators and shipping them to different states that don't even need them, and every governor has more than they need. In fact, some of the governors are now taking ventilators and shipping them to different states that don't even need them.
Hello, Peter. What's happening? We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently have been including flat earth content within your TPS reports. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's flat. Yeah. You see, we're putting globe programming on all the TPS reports now before they go out. Did you see NASA's memo about this? Yeah. Yeah, I've got the memo right here. It's flat and it's not a spinning ball in a vacuum, so there's a problem. Yeah. If you could just go ahead and make sure you use globes from now on, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of NASA's memo, okay? I have the memo. I've got it. It's right. Milton, hi. Do you believe you're on a spinning ball? But now it's that the Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour and orbits around the sun. Yeah, no, I know what we're taught. I was just thinking, I don't feel any motion, you know? Well, I was taught that we are on a globe spinning in space. This is the truth. Why would I question my teacher? Say I don't see why. Okay, all right. Tyson says that it's a oblate spheroid and pear-shaped. Peter, what's happening? We need to talk about your TPS reports. Yeah, the cover sheet. I know. No flat Earth content. Yeah. Did you get that memo? Yeah, I got the memo, and I understand the policy, and the problem is that Earth is not a ball, and NASA's taking taxes from us, so I've got a problem with them. Yeah. It's just that we're putting globe programming in all the TPS reports before they go out now, so if you could go ahead and try to remember to do that from now on, that'd be great. All right?
So, Peter, what's happening?
Whoa. Hey, Peter, man. Hey. So I'm gonna be going away for a while. Yeah, I know, man. Going to the center, dude. What can I say? Yeah. Well, it's time to go find Hyperborea. You take care of yourself if I don't see you, alright? You too, man. Take care, bud. Alright.
Thank you, Thunder Bay. Let's hear it.
So Paul Michael Bales made a diss track about me. Him and Neil deGrasse Tyson think they can rap now. Okay. I'm in. What's going on? Some raps now. I'm flowing on with a song for your mom. Tell her Earth's flat and her ass is the bomb. Tell her Iraq cells cracked way Iran. Tell her I'll be back with a smack for her son. Then tell her she's fat like a Renaissance cunt. Tell her she's whack like a 90s pun. Then start a full clap when the rap's all done. Tell her all that, then tell her one more. Tell her that you were the son of a whore. When she asks Sue and tells you to snitch, tell her the son is a son of a bitch. Anyway. It's me, Yoga Guy, weaponized version 2.3. Here to bring truth to the unwashed masses, force you to put on your daily glasses. But you see, was I right? The Earth's fucking flat, Holocaust denied. Hitler was cool and not a bad guy. Talmudic Jews with control of your mind. Masons the tool singing Shalom L'chaim. Jesuits too, they're the Vatican kind. The presidents come from a royal bloodline, while the Jews choose which fool path is assigned. The government's waiting in mafia crime. The word broken down means control of the mind. They probably would kill me for making this rhyme. And when they do that, take the hint as a sign. The Stubay was right all along the whole time. Once you go flat, there's no going back. The plan of attack is stick to the facts. The whole thing will fall when we give up the ball and prove that the earth isn't moving at all. So it's time to commit, put an end to this shit. Draw lines in the sand, take sides with the fan with the minds that they can. Show lies when the man realizes the plan is to take all they can. Educate yourself first, then take a stand so you can demand the truth and command the proof in your hands. When news come to damn else, you can remain calm and say you're all wrong. It's a fact that earth is flat, bitch. NASA stole trillions and gave you CGI pics. See for yourself the horizon, if it drops 20 miles up, still in the same spot. Flat Earth is not as dumb as you thought. I can prove you're not moving with your like if they're not. See that light called the North Star in the middle of the sky like a bullseye. It's gonna be there the rest of your life. It ain't moving, and neither are you and the rest of the Earth. That would be incongruent with the fact that you have to be assuming that the North Star just happens to be zooming perfectly with you and me for eternity. That's stupid. Once you go flat, there's no going back. The plan of attack is stick to the facts. The whole thing will fall when we give up the ball and prove that the Earth isn't moving at all. So it's time to commit, put an end to the shit. Draw lines in the sand, take sides with the fan with the minds if you can. Show lies when the man realizes the plan is to take all they can. Educate yourself first, then take a stand so you can demand the truth and command the proof in your hands. When news come a damn else, you can remain calm and say you're all wrong. It's flat, bitch. NASA stole trillions and gave you CGI pics.
Or flat, or flat, or flat, flat, or flat, or flat, or flat.
Would you?
No, but, you know, Rene Russo is lovely.
Well, I try my best.
Yeah.
Okay, have a look at this. Thank you very much.
We're round, we're a disc, aren't we? Round and flat.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, look, honestly, quite seriously,
Yeah.
we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Have to fly around it? Yeah, it feels like flat or a ball.
Flat. I think it's flat.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty flat to me.
It certainly does, doesn't it? And you...
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat Earth.
Okay, yeah. True.
That's true?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, cool.
All
Hey,
right.
God bless, brother.
Alright, have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, but you're not having me on. We're round and flat, aren't we?
Pancake, mate. Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you, man.
No worries.
You made my day.
Only if you put gypsum on there.
But, yeah. Well,
The paint.
don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. He just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
The edge is in your mind. 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 Exit the dome, new lands to roam. Into your brain.
A perfectly good balloon. No! That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
Wherever it leads, follow truth.
Flat.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so real. We'd have way better
Going like, well, it's this and it's not this and it's that. Let's just talk about this shared mystery that we're so.
One of the great challenges in this book is knowing enough about a subject to think you're right.
Well, it's this and it's not this and it's that. Let's just talk about this shared mystery.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Fake, fake, fake.
Days of work, he climbs the wall and smiles as the water falls. A fountain in the city looking on. Inside her shining everything, a kind of bliss is like a dream. Hand a cheek to slave the words that run. And the morning pushes on. And the morning pushes on. Every day a part to play until the day is done. Here we are and the morning pushes on. Mother hasn't touched the drink and can't decide what she should think. The California man has caught her eye. The diver understands our faith and Arizona real estate, but feels the burn of talking all the time. And the morning pushes on. And the morning pushes on. Every day a part to play until the day is done. Here we are and the morning pushes on. day is done. Here we are in the morning, pushes on. Here we are in the morning, pushes on.
You know what it is? I talk to the audience like I talk to my friends, and people inherently will be shocked by that. Some people. But I just think that to talk to the audience conversationally is better than putting on an act. Particularly since I work every single night. If I did an act, I would be terribly bored.
So do you kind of go on stage knowing what you're doing, or do you leave it open and sort of go with it?
Oh, it's all pre-planned.
Oh, is it?
No. Oh, no, it's kind of conversational. You know, you go, I mean, some of it's planned, some of it isn't. And that adds an element of spontaneity that I think is necessary in good comedy.
I saw an interview where the guy said, "You're not going to smoke, Bill."
Right, right.
And you got a cigarette out and you smoked. And
I guess I'm a heavy smoker. I go through about 2 lighters a day.
yeah.
And, yeah, is that a lot? Yeah. But, you know, I just want to tell non-smokers that something they probably don't know, but they should. Non-smokers die every day. Okay. Sleep tight.
Does your act change, evolve? Has it evolved? Does it change?
No, not at all.
Or do you
I'm real worried about that.
Yeah?
No, yeah, it changes all the time, you know, depending on news stories and whatever else comes up. I like talking about things that I care about because that way, like I said, it can stay fresh.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. The thing that in the States it just happened, that death penalty thing. Was that big over here?
Yeah.
That was incredible. And I found it ironic that Christians were against the death penalty.
Get him off. You know,
I hope they know this is the nice stuff.
This is let me tell you.
They come up, they call me up. Bill, we'd like you to come on, but don't be yourself. Oh, all right, great.
Do you see you're going to mellow in sort of older age?
I doubt I'm ever going to make older age.
The stuff you talk about.
I don't really see how you can discount an era when the philosophy was peace and love. Doesn't that still pertain at all?
Yeah.
I think it's ironic that in the 60s, kids made the peace sign, peace, and now all the kids are going, forget it. Satan, something's happened, you know.
Or they turn it around. You know, what parents call a real job.
Yeah, I've held 2 real jobs. You know, I just don't get along with bosses. I used to always get, Hicks, how come you're not working? You know, and I go, well, there's nothing to do. And he go, well, you pretend like you're working. And I go, well, why don't you pretend I'm working?
Good point.
You get paid more than me, you fantasize. Too, you know, so.
What, for other comedians or just
No,
yourself?
for like screenplays.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have we seen any? Will we
No, I just started
They're that
doing
good?
it. Yeah, they're that good.
Really good. No, you just started. What have you written there?
Oh, I wrote this movie about Elvis, because the big joke in the States is about that Elvis is still alive, and yet no one's done a movie about that. And I asked the question, what if Elvis is alive? His death was faked. He decided to make a comeback, and no one believed he was Elvis, but thought he was an aging Elvis impersonator. And it's just sort of a black comedy, while he tries to prove that he's Elvis. And everyone always says, you can't be Elvis, you're too old to be Elvis. And he's like, no, I'm the exact age I should be. Because everyone remembers him as Elvis.
Well, good luck on your tour, and good luck with Glasgow, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Hicks.
Open your mind. Open your mind.
tell us is a fallacy. We're surrounded with false information and negativity. Look for truth, they're stripping us of nature and ripping us from reality. Don't believe me, look for yourself and use your eyes that can see. I can't believe you really want to try me, man. I need you to know that this is exactly what I planned. You were supposed to stay in the darkness and damned, but now you're here. Illuminati wants you to kick this off, turn around and run as quickly as you can. Revealing the truth is something they just simply cannot stand. If you stay with me for long enough, I'll brainwash you into thinking for yourself, and pretty soon you'll understand where I'm coming from. You'll see that this is reality and nothing else. Anybody living on a ball, give them a lesson. Tell them Earth is flat, and then simply answer their questions. The truth doesn't fear investigation.
What's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been
And the dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon? No! That stuff is flat! That stuff is flat!
Wherever it leads, follow the truth.
Flat!
It's hard to comprehend.
Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
Research. You just have a leak, and what you would do is lose air.
Is that real? That's a real site?
Yeah, hashtag space is fake.
All kinds of stuff.
Ever looked to listen to some tunes?
Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
There's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons. You see the gas.
It don't matter, since that was not the limit. You fly to the moon, even if it's sunken. But we haven't been back since 1972. Destroyed all the papers and blew up the Challenger crew. Except for the twinsies. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
Look out into deep space away from the sun is the darkest mind you can imagine.
Hey space boy, you broke my rocket man heart. Where are the stars? Is it bright or is it dark? The vacuum of space, oh the tomfoolery.
What happens if you get a leak on that? You have a leak.
I just wanna run. Some days I'm racing the sun. Some days I can't find my way. Some days I'm lost in space. Countdown time. I'm seeing stars. Am I asleep or am I awake? I'm lost in space. from my head. Some days I don't feel safe. Some days I'm lost in space. Countdown stars, I'm seeing stars. Am I asleep or am I awake? I'm lost in space. I'm lost in space. I'm lost in space.
It's a black.
Like Felix! Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump.
It's hard to comprehend. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
Research. Research. You lose air. You just have a leak, and what you would do is lose air.
Is that real? That's a real site? Yeah, hashtag space is fake.
Okay.
Have you ever looked away?
Listen to some tunes?
Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
There's more than stars. You can see planets. You can see moons. You see the desert.
It don't make sense. Sounds not the limit. If I do the moon, it'll never sunk in. But we haven't been back since 1972. Destroyed all the papers and blew up the Challenger crew. Except for the twinsies. Space is fake AF. Space is fake AF.
Look out into deep space away from the sun is the darkest mind you can imagine.
Hey space boy, you broke my rocket man heart. Where are the stars? Is it bright or is it dark? The vacuum of space or the tomfoolery?
What happens if you get a leak on that? You have a leak.
Stuff, the earth together, essentially how much stuff is in the earth. It's pulling it down, pulling it together. Essentially, the bigger you build the thing, the more the force is. Together, essentially, like some sort of misshape, potato shape. So together, essentially, aim in every direction.
Hello YouTube. For more of the same, just click here and don't forget
50 years ago, man first stepped. I'm not here to pay tribute to the Apollo 11 astronauts.
Oh, it's beautiful, Mike. It really is.
Instead, I'd like to celebrate a group of brave Americans who haven't gotten their due. Without the moon landing, we wouldn't have moon landing deniers. Valiant theorists who've inspired us to see that science is merely a suggestion.
It is my personal belief, and I totally believe this after all the years of research I've done on this, that NASA never landed a man on the moon.
If it were so easy to go to the moon 40 years ago, there would be bases there by now.
There's overwhelming proof that it didn't happen. It's sometimes translucent. You can see through it, right?
As the scientist right next to the moon landing denier makes clear, there is room for doubt. JFK gets all the credit for getting us to the moon.
We choose to go to the moon.
But we shan't forget the JFK of moon landing deniers.
Men have never landed on the moon.
Bill Kaysing is an undersung American hero. In the mid-1970s, Kaysing had the courage to assert that we never went to the moon. In his cleverly titled book, We Never Went to the Moon. The moon hoax theory exploded in 1978 with the release of the classic film Capricorn 1.
This is Capricorn Control. We're at T-minus 15 minutes and still
Telling the story of a faked mission to Mars, the film appeared on the surface to be mindless entertainment, but astute conspiracy theorists saw it as a documentary worthy of Werner Herzog. The super realistic special effects and the acting chops of O.J. Simpson,
These people are capable of anything.
made viewers absolutely certain that we never went to the moon. In 1980, the president of the Flat Earth Society lent his prestige to the burgeoning moon hoax movement. Now, you could argue that the Flat Earthers were just pissed at Apollo 11 for sending back pictures like this. But moon hoax whistleblowers remained unfazed. In the 1990s, a new scientific invention posed an existential threat to conspiracy theorists everywhere.
I took the initiative in creating the internet.
The internet. Verifiable facts can now reach more people, threatening the future of unproven speculation. Luckily, moon hoax evangelists were able to share the gospel faster than you can say, "You've got moon." Bold voices were willing to question missing NASA footage and other truth-adjacent theories, eventually making their way to respected media outlets. and Fox.
For NASA to come out and say that all the tapes were erased, I mean, it's incredible.
There are a couple of questions that I do have from time to time. Who shot the footage?
I see a lot of footage that gets doctored.
How in the world do you erase the tapes of the most historic event in 2,000 years? I mean, it's not like it was a bar mitzvah.
Full disclosure, my parents did erase the tape of my bar mitzvah. And adding insult to injury, this is what they taped over it.
We're in too deep to stop now.
It's time to finally give America's intrepid conspiracy theorists the credit they richly deserve. Blessed with the gift of cojones, these deniers are bravely willing to ignore scientific findings and video evidence in favor of an America where everyone is free to ask questions until the science matches their feelings.
My current opinion about vaccinations is that they have never been safe.
Evolution, Big Bang Theory, all that is lies straight from the pit of hell.
I just don't think climate change is real.
Climate changes. Asking questions is good. There are no dumb questions.
Right. In the face of mounting evidence, is there ever a time to stop challenging accepted science? For the final word on that, I'll turn to supposed astronaut Buzz Aldrin.
Why don't you swear in the Bible that you walked on the moon? You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a...
Outer space, these images. Outer space, these images. Outer space, these images.
Window in the belly of the space station.
Outer space, these images.
You don't see the same shot over and over again because your orbit changes.
Yeah, our orbit stays fixed. It's sort of like a ball in a string.
Outer space, these images.
It was
outer space, these images.
To me.
Can you see outer space, these images? When you're in outer space, can you see like outer space, these images?
Or something like that, depends.
Yeah, outer space, these images.
I think you saved
outer space, these images.
Oh, and yeah, the Amazon also.
Would it be possible to, do we have a camera? It's 92 minutes that could give us just 92 minutes of what it looks like and what you can see from your eye?
Do your best to take pictures of it. It's just flat gorgeous to see.
But I mean, what we saw, is that anything like...
The visuals,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they're the most compelling visuals of any space movie ever made. Huge, vast expanse. The movie, if you want to get some feel of what it's like, that movie shows it the best.
Oh, wow.
Outer space, these images.
But I mean, what we saw, is that anything like...
The visuals,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they're